Yeah, hi Shekar. Let's start with self-introduction.
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening. I'm
Yeah,
myself
good.
Shekar. I have total 5.2 years of experience in IT and 4 years of relevant experience in Microsoft Dynamics 365. At my current company, I have been working for 4 years. In that company, mm, in the current company, I have worked for 4 years. During that period, I got I have involved into a couple of projects, and I have good knowledge on Microsoft Dynamics CRM and also out of the box functionalities as well. I have good experience in Microsoft Dynamics CRM by writing plugins, JavaScripts, business rules, and workflows, and form design and field creation, and so on. And my roles and responsibilities are uh, I usually get a task we actually get a task from the manager and team lead, and we discuss about the requirement of the task, and we will actually repair and take up the task. During this task, we need to give update to the team lead via email or by the end of the day. To summarize my skill set, I have worked on Microsoft Dynamics CRM, like implementation of implementation of plugins, workflows, JavaScript, business rules, form design, field creation, and so on. I have a good experience on Power Platform as well. In that, I have implemented Power Automate flows, and also like Canvas apps, modern apps, and also like uh, we have implemented some basics of the Power Portals and PCF controls. That's all about myself.
Okay, fine. So, do you have experience with JavaScript?
Yeah, I have experience.
So, how much do you rate yourself in the JavaScript?
I can I can rate it. I can
How,
rate out of 10.
so, can you just give me the one of your recent business requirement where you have implemented JavaScript?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, actually, in my project, there is a entity, hospital staff. There is a parent and child entity, hospital staff, and doctor appointments. So, from we the triggering event is doctor appointments, uh, and we can by changing the triggering event is change the field. We have three types of three types of events we have: on load, on save, and on field change. By changing the field, we need to populate from the doctor for hospital staff to doctor appointments with the field name of our appointment fee and specialist team. So in this require this through this requirement, I have used retrieve uh, XRF dot retrieve. We need to pass here the parent parent entity from where we are getting the parent schema name, and also we need to pass GUID. We will take up from the lookup field. We take up GUID as well, and also like names, field names, like from the parent entity we need to retrieve, like hospital fee, appointment fee, and specialist team. So that
Mm.
we get a function, we get a success function. In that success function, we actually we get a result. It is a object type, and the properties we need to give, and then we need to set these properties to the field, the required data type, the proper data type of the field we need to set. The data type is whole name, integer. Sorry, hospital fee, right? Currency, sorry, currency.
So,
This is the way I have worked.
yeah, so that is fine, Banu. So, you just make sure to highlight the functional things, not in depth about like all these coding related. The
Okay, okay,
requirement you just highlight and just say implemented by using JavaScript. So if they ask any more additional things, what is the event and all, you can expand.
okay.
Uh, What is the reason you have implemented this one by using JavaScript? Uh,
Sir, it is actually it's a client side JavaScript is a client side logic. We need to perform on change of the field. It is before save only we need to perform that because it is a financial related data. Like once the lookup value, if you change the lookup value is doctor, if you change the doctor, we need to populate the medical specialist and appointment field. On change of field only we need to do this requirement.
so how many events are there in the JavaScript?
We have three events on farm load, on field change, sorry, on field change, on farm load, on save of the farm.
Okay. So what is the difference between business rule and JavaScript?
Yeah, actually, business rule is a out of the box feature which is developed by the Microsoft. There is only limited actions we can perform in the business rule, like set visibility, set default value, set field value. There are seven actions we can perform, like set visibility, set default value, set field value, and set a business requirement, set a recommendation, and also like we can show error message and a lock or unlock. So there is a major difference between the JavaScript and business rule is it is the scope. In the scope we have a entity. In the entity, we have three scope in the business rule, three types of scope: entity, and all forms and specific form. Entity will actually triggers in server side and client side, and all form and specific form it will trigger only in the client side. So business in JavaScript we cannot get the data from the client side. It works on the server side, and also JavaScript can interact with the on form. We can use form context, and JavaScript can also interact with the other forms like entity parent and child entity. We can interact with the XRM.web API. That is a major difference. And the JavaScript can also like a business rule cannot be useful in the cannot be interact with the columns and tabs. I mean sections and tabs. But with the JavaScript we can interact with the sections and tabs as well. That is a major difference between JavaScript and business rule.
Okay. Uh, so how many, like, can you just give me the one of your real-time example where you have used a business rule recently?
Yeah, I can give you one example like gender field, or we can give the master data like country, state, district. If country contains data, then district as state should be unlocked. If country doesn't contain data, state should be locked, and district also should be locked. At the same way, state and district also we have to enable. We have to do in the similar manner. We can do in the business, and also gender we can do. The gender, if you select as male, we have to show the uh, doctor. We have to show the son of and hide the doctor of, and set the very business required doctor son of and optional doctor of, and it is vice versa. And it is if you select female, we can do in vice versa. Like we can like we set here like vice versa. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like show the doctor field and hide the son of hide the son of, and doctor should be mandatory and son of should be optional.
Okay. So I do have a requirement.
Okay.
The requirement is I have one form and form is having the three sections.
Okay.
So I have the two user accounts and the manager and salesperson. If I log in with manager, I wanted to see three sections. If I log in with user, I wanted to see only one section. How can we achieve this requirement?
Okay, we can do it by business or logged in user. Sorry, we can do it in JavaScript
Mm-hmm.
because we have interactive interact. we are interacting with the sections, right?
Hmm.
Logged in by using the logged in user. If he is the manager, we have to show the three sections. If the logged in user is not a manager, we have to show the
So how do you
two sections.
identify what syntax to use to check the current logged in user is a manager or salesperson?
Yeah, we can use like farm context with the farm context dot UI dot get control field schema name dot user settings dot roles.
Are you sure? What field schema name do you provide?
Not schema name. Sorry, we don't provide any schema name. You get global context dot and user controls dot roles. User settings dot roles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay,
You
fine.
no need to pass any field.
So it's like you need to implement some custom logic, right?
Yes,
But instead of, I don't want to write any JavaScript. Is there any other way?
we can enable the previous what you explained for
Mm-hmm.
that, sir. You are saying
Yeah,
about the
yeah, for the same
you are saying
requirement,
about for the
for the
same
same,
requirement, right?
yeah, same
So
requirement.
we can do with the security roles by farm level security. We can provide farm level security based on adding the farm for manager. We
Hmm.
can get the data, and for other users we use another farm
Can
level
you just
security. We can.
describe clearly? So not clear, like explain properly, like how you want. What is
We
your
can.
approach?
My approach is we can interact with the we can give security roles for the farm level.
Hmm.
In the farm level, we
In the
can
first
use
place, you need
then
to
we can
maintain two separate forms, right? You have to highlight that point first.
yeah
One for
yeah two
manager,
separate
one
farm,
for
one for
salesperson.
manager, one for salesperson.
Yeah.
So we
So,
can configure based on that.
so what is the fallback form? What is the importance of fallback form?
Yeah, yeah. Fallback form. It is actually if the form if the main form is logged in by the getting the security roles of the manager. But the salesperson has rights like security roles of the entity level and all data relate all components, but he cannot access the form level. Then if he wanted to read, he wanted to read the form, he can by using the fallback. The salesperson can be uh, readable, can be accessed, but not he cannot change the data, but he can read the data.
Why he cannot change the data? If let's say the person is
Because
having the
because
right access at the entity level, still he cannot change the data,
but
is it?
yeah, he cannot change. It is only for view purpose he can get. Actually, that is that the requirement is like we added only for farm level. We added only manager role, security role for the farm level. We didn't have given. We didn't have given.
But
We didn't give.
the data change is manageable at the entity level, not at the form level, right? It's a controlled via the
Okay,
entity security roles.
entity security roles. Yes.
So fallback form, you have to simply answer if the current logged in user does not have access to any main forms, the fallback form will be shown by default.
Okay.
Fine. Like I have a, how do you get the current logged in user GUID? What is the syntax to be used?
Yeah, for the current logged in GUID, we get a farm context dot data dot entity dot get ID. We can get the current logged in uh, current logged in GUID. I mean
Mm-hmm.
current GUID,
Hmm.
current
Okay.
record GUID.
So have you worked with uh, adding a custom button into the CRM?
Yeah, yeah. I have a yes. I added a custom button in the CRM. Yes.
Can you just give me the what are all ways are there? Can you just give me the steps at high
We
level?
can add in yeah, yeah. We can add by ribbon workbench. We can
Mm.
add buttons through ribbon workbench, and also we can add using Power FX formula by using patch, and we can use by using that in the ribbon button, and in Power Apps as well we can use.
So in the ribbon workbench, what is the difference between enable and display rules?
Yeah, enable rule. It actually evaluated in the client side, and display rule it is evaluated on the server side. Enable rule can have only custom. It has custom rule, and entity privilege rule have in the has in display rule, and also like. We in the display rule we have like a form state rule, form type rule, and also we implemented value rule, option set rule, entity privilege rule. Custom we and in the enable rule we can add JavaScript as we can add JavaScript in the custom rule. We
So
can with the condition we can use JavaScript.
have you added any custom buttons in your project?
Yeah, I added in the custom. I added custom. It's like
Can you just give me the scenario for what is the
yeah.
requirement?
Yeah, there is a entity called leave details. The leave
Mm-hmm.
details, he has to manager has to approve the leave for the employees. For the employees, so for that case, the button should be visible for the only for the manager. Uh, yeah, so other logged in user, if it should not visible for other logged in user. For having security roles of the manager, he can visible the approve and reject button based upon the status type. If you click the approve, it should automatically it has to be taken approved and saved by the manager. We can do this requirement with
Mm.
the having security roles of the manager.
Okay. So I have a requirement. So I
Okay.
wanted to set one of the field default value. Okay. So I'm setting the, let's say the field is currency field. So currency default value I wanted to set. So what kind of approach should we use?
Currency default value.
Yeah, I have one of the currency field like
Mhm.
hour. Cost per hour
Okay.
field is there. So by
Okay.
default, I wanted to set value as 100 rupees.
Okay. We can use by using it is actually interact with the field. No? We can use the business rule based upon
Sorry,
the condition. We can use the business rule.
business rule, what steps do you use?
Uh, we can add the field. We can add the there is a condition like if the field. I think we can use the business rule
Mm,
by adding the field by setting the field value.
field values. What is the difference
Yes.
between set field value and set default value in the business rule?
Yeah, set field value is it can be interact with both existing data and it can be triggered with both existing data uh, and also like created record, existing record or created record. For the default rule, it is only taken by it will only perform in the create record.
Mm-hmm.
So field value can be created in both ways, existing and creating records in
Okay. So I do have another requirement. Let's say you have you worked with the plugins, by the way?
Yeah, yeah, I worked in the plugins.
So how much do you rate yourself in the plugins?
I can rate 8.5 like that. I can rate.
So how many plugins you have implemented in your project so far?
10 to 12 plugins I have.
Can you just give me the what is your most complex plugin you have implemented and what is the
Yeah,
challenges do you face?
actually one of the there is a requirement. I will tell you one requirement based one scenario. In that scenario, I feel it is little complex. There is a hospital staff and the leave details. The hospital staff, a doctor there is a field called uh, maximum number of appointments per day he can take. There is a field maximum number of appointments per day. A doctor can take is 4.
Hmm.
If it is in the doctor appointments, if it is it created more than 4, it should restrict. So in this case, we can in this plugin, I feel little tough because of date and time. We need to populate in the string value, but it is actually used in the USD time. So the functionality didn't properly work. So we have to convert it into USD to IST time with the local time. It is actually our CRM system will take global level, but global timings, but we have to convert it into AST form. So in the like in the we have for we use for the maximum number of appointments per day from the we actually the triggering entity is doctor appointments and the triggering event is on create. We need to we need to use the retrieve and retrieve multiple in this scenario. For
Hmm.
retrieve, we can retrieve from the maximum number of appointments from hospital staff, and we need to we get the number of multiple records we can generated by with a particular date of a particular doctor, particular appointment of particular doctor. There we can use a retrieve multiple. You need to pass fetch XML in the fetch
Okay.
XML fetch expression.
So what is the pipeline stage in the plugin?
There are 3 pipeline stages in the plugin. One is pre-validation, pre-operation, post-operation. Pre-validation is it actually checks it actually verify the security roles and permissions before it is validated, and pre-validation it cannot roll back. It cannot roll back in pre-operation. The data saved in the server, the pre-operation plugin will execute, and if a exception gets it will roll back, and a post operation the data saved on the in the server after that post operation will work, and it also gets rolled back. Exception gets rolled back.
Can you
For
just
that we
explain
use
again for pre-operation? Pre-operation, how it will work?
it will work before the save in the server. The pre-operation plugins will execute. We don't need any save. We don't need any save record. It automatically executes in the before the save of the server. The operation before save on the server.
So if
The
you get
data
any
before save in the server.
exception, the changes will get
If
rolled back, is it?
yes, the changes will get rolled back.
But you are saying the pre-operation plugin will execute before data save into the server, right?
Yes.
So that means data is not yet saved. So what is the purpose of rollback? If data is not yet
Uh,
saved means we don't need to roll back anything,
yeah,
right?
yeah. After it will save the data in the pre-operation itself. It will save the data and then it will go to the server. The plugin will execute in the before the saving of the. It will
Bef
execute in the
before
yeah before
saving to the
saving in the
server,
server.
right?
Yes. After that, it will go and execute in the server. It will go into the server.
Correct. The data
There
not yet
we
goes
did.
to the server.
Yes, data
So
not at goes to
why
the
do we need
server.
to
Yes.
do rollback? If data is not yet goes to the
Any
server.
validation, any exceptions we can get when after going into the data, we get the data into the server. There we get a rollback in the pre-operation.
No, in the pre-operation means the data not yet goes to the server, right?
Not at goes to server. Correct. Yes, yes.
Then what is the purpose of rolling back? If data is not going into the server itself,
Okay.
so what's the purpose of rollback?
It is actually the requirement, like
Hmm.
the requirement. If we get it is a actual system behavior. It will roll back for the pre-operation, post-operation.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel.
So in the plugin, while you are writing plugin,
Okay.
okay. So what are all best practice you have to do?
Okay. Initially, we need to create a. Firstly, we need to use the Visual Studio. In that, we need to create a. We have to use the class library for
Mm-hmm.
C sharp, and then we need to uh, give the namespace and location path as well. And if you enter into the once it is entered into the plugin code, I mean Visual Studio code, there we need to provide. We have to give the Microsoft xrm.sdk references, and then for that references there will be some product futures will be there. It will be executed, and also system references also should be given. It will check the the keywords and all. If you remove that, it will get the errors. So in the product itself, Microsoft product itself, it created a framework based on the requirement, and we need to uh, after that we need to register once after writing the code, we need to go to the properties. We sign properties in the sign in. We should give the key, and then we need to build. Once building, after building, we get a generated DLL file. We have to take in the location in the we have in the top. We can take the path as well, location path, and we should go to the plugin registration tool, and where we have to give the uh, credentials of the CRM credentials, and then there is a register. We need to register the plugin with the DLL file. The register, we have a new assembly. We need to give the plugin DLL file, and also add the messages if you in which message we are triggering, like create or update. In that we have to give primary name and secondary entity, primary entity, and also pipeline stages, and also that we for update we need to give filter attributes, uh, and then we can add pre if it is required, we can add pre-image and post-image as
Okay. So while you are working with the plugins actually,
well.
what
Okay.
are all the common errors you have encountered in your projects?
Mm, the common errors like there is a key name keyword errors we can get, and also typo errors we can get,
Mm-hmm.
and the mistake of schema names, and we can get a error like key was not found.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of error was key was not found. This kind of errors we can find. We can we got in this kind of errors.
Let's say I have a one issue.
Okay.
So I have two users, user A, user B,
Okay.
and while updating the account entity, I have the plugin, and the plugin is working fine for the user A. If I
Mm.
log in with user A and if I perform the activity, plugin is working. But if I log in with user B, plugin is getting failed. What could be the reason?
It could be the reason of by default it is a synchronous modality we have given in the plugin. The if it is failed due to the data issues, it may get failed for the plugin B for the person B, I can say, for the user B. There is a yeah
There is
there
a
is a there is a data operation fails. Data related issues may not
but
be
they're
provided
they're
properly.
they're working on same record, both of them. Then should not be any
Okay.
data issues, right?
Okay, at the time there is a we actually the plugin registered in synchronous, right?
Hmm.
In the synchronous, it may the another plugin may
No, did you
exi- uh,
understand my question? Plugin is
yeah,
single
yeah. Can you
plugin.
repeat? Single
So
plugin you are
I
saying.
have the one plugin only, but
Mhm.
same plugin for the same record. If I log in with user A, that the plugin is executed successfully without any issue. But
Mm.
if I log in with the user B, If I perform the operation on the same record, what user
Mhm.
has performed, same plugin getting failed.
Okay, it may chance the it is actually the what we can say, it is in asynchronous or synchronous. Based on that, it may get failed. Synchronous
For
mode, if
both,
it is
for both of
both,
them, it is
we are giving
synchronous only. No,
synchronous mode. Okay.
plugin we cannot change. For one user it is synchronous, one is asynchronous. Can we make it? Is it possible?
Uh, no, 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 we cannot.
Not possible,
It's
right?
not possible.
So
Yes,
why
yes.
that one is coming into the picture?
Okay. There may be execution order we provide.
Execution order.
Yeah.
What is the importance of execution order?
If the plugin is triggered on same entity, we will give which one should
But I said I
trigger
have only
first.
one plugin, right? You understand the question first.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you think I have only one
yeah.
plugin. But order will
Okay,
be same for both, right? Again, same logic. You think
okay,
logically. If I
okay.
log in, if I'm performing same operation with user A, whatever the execution order is followed for user A, same order will be followed for user B as well, right? So
Mhm.
what's wrong with the execution order? That is how you have to think. So do you know the impersonation in the
Yeah,
CRM
I know the.
plugin?
Yes, yes, I know the. Yeah, in the plugin, I know the
What is
impersonation.
the impersonation in the plugin?
Yeah, yeah. There is a in the plugin registration tool. There is a run-in user context. It is
Hmm.
by default. It will be calling user. The calling
Yes.
user is the calling user is the current logged in user by
Hmm.
which we are triggering. So in the there may be a, security issues like for updating. There may
Yeah.
be a security issues. It will we need to change the calling user to the admin user.
So
If the security breach, if it
hmm.
is it has security breach, then
So
we
that
need to
could be
change.
the reason for the first issue, right? That may be the reason, right?
Okay, okay. There may
Mm.
be security
So how many
issues.
ways are there to impersonate the plugin?
We can impersonate the plugin. There are three ways we can impersonate the plugin.
Hmm.
By using calling user, it may fail with the calling user. We can use with the admin context, admin user.
Hmm.
Then it can perform. Or else we can use the system disabled. For the
Okay.
if it is transferring from one environment to another environment, there is no login user. We need to provide system disabled.
Okay.
And also in the code level, we can give organization service. In the code level service factory, create organization service. There will be a context user ID. So here we can pass null, and also we can pass new GUID
If
of
you pass null,
particular.
what will happen?
It will personally, it will take a system means system user.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It
Uh,
is super, I mean super user, super login user.
okay. So what is the importance of the images concept in C plugin?
The images is like we have two types of images. One is pre-image and post-image. In the pre-image, we get the old values or previous values. We capture the old values and previous values. For the post-image, we get the latest values or new values. So while updating, and if we have a there is a in actually in entity and in the CRM BI, we in a record we have to any update, it will create an object, it will go to the server, it will go to the server. If it goes to and then saving the server, it will go to the post operation. During this time, it actually creates the data in the because it creates the data actually in the server. So by going into the post operation, it will go as a updated value. So
Hmm.
we need to provide organization service dot update. We need to provide for the update object. So here uh, we can use pre post operation by using post operation. But we don't get only updated value only we can get. For using the post image, we can get the all the values updated value and the uh, all the values it will get. In pre-image on create we cannot use pre-image. We can only use the post image. But in pre-image it will get the old values. Like yeah,
Hmm.
you will get the old values without any updated values.
Okay.
In the post operation, we can give the post images because it is updated. The it will create an object and it will go to the red and then it will update. So we give the post image.
So while you're working with the plugin, there is a like a context, right? One of the property. So
Yes.
from the context, what are all capabilities we can do?
Yeah, context. We can get the differentiate the plugin in which it is triggering like create or update. Like context dot message name
Mm-hmm.
dot to lowercase equal to we can trigger whether it is create or update. We can use by context dot message name.
Mm-hmm.
And also we can use depth concept as well. If it is going infinite loop, if the depth is equal to one, it is manual trigger. It's triggering the coding manually. If the context of depth we give greater than one, it will stop the infinite loop. So we can use depth also in the context. We can get the plugin related to details in the context.
Mm, okay. So while you are registering the plugin, what are all properties do you see on the registration page?
Yeah, plugin, right?
Yeah.
I saw actually there is a like I will let me tell you. Actually, there is a we need to register the plugin and also update the plugin. We need to register an assembly, update, and debug. I have seen synchronous, asynchronous,
Properties, those are the actions, and I'm asking about the
actions. Okay,
properties. Let's say while
properties,
adding
right?
the step, let's say while you are adding the plugin step, what are
Okay,
all the properties do you see?
okay. Yours, yeah, it is CRUD operations. We can get data
No, no,
operations,
not
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 data operation. Okay,
properties means on the screen, registrations screen. Like what are all the properties like message name you select, right? Along with that message, what else are there?
message name we select.
Let's
Yeah,
say
we
you're
can select.
registering
Yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah. Message name we can select create, update, retrieve, multiple, associate, dissociate. These are the plugins we can. These are the properties we can see.
and what else are there on that same screen? One is message, the other one is filtering
Okay,
attributes.
okay,
What
okay.
else are
Sorry,
there?
sorry, sorry. This message, filtering attributes, and also like primary entity, secondary entity. These are the properties we have seen.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
I'm actually
What?
thinking data operations. Okay.
Yeah. What else are
Primary
there?
entities, primary entity, secondary entity, and synchronous, asynchronous, and also we have pipeline stages. Uh, yeah, we have these things.
So when do we use synchronous? When do we use asynchronous?
Yeah, we can synchronous. We can use in the farm level. In the farm level, we want to get the data in the farm level. It is a financial related data. Like it is required to get the requirement is to show the in the page itself. We can go for the synchronous. If your requirement is if you have the requirement like uh, it can uh, trigger in the backend. If you know it is not much impactful for the require business users, we can use asynchronous.
So I have one of the like pre-operation plugin. Okay. Can I make it as asynchronous?
Yes, can we make it as asynchronous?
Okay. So you validate after our session. You
Okay,
understand
okay.
my question, right?
Tell me one
I
second.
do have a pre-operation plugin.
Okay,
So can we make it as a asynchronous?
synchronous.
Asynchronous.
Okay, cannot actually we cannot make because it is not interacting with the server.
So what is the reason?
It is actually execute the pre-operation executing before saving the server, right?
Mm.
So actually the data in the asynchronous mode, it will take the data from the after the page refresh. We can get the data from the server. So in the pre-operation, we cannot use because it is before the data itself. The pre-operation plugin is executed.
Mm. Okay. So I have the on the same event, let's say on creation of the account entity, I do have the two plugins. Okay.
Okay.
So how can we control the execution sequence?
Yeah, we can use execution order by
Where do we set that?
we can set it in the plugin registration. There is a execution order. We can set in the like properties. We can set
What are all interfaces do we use in the plugin?
like interfaces. I plugin interface we do use I plugin interface, and also
So I
like I organization service, and also like I plugin execution service.
so how do we debug a plugin?
We can debug in two ways. One is by providing trace logs. I tracing service dot trace. We with the trace logs we can debug. Another one is by installing the profilers. Yeah,
Okay.
in these two ways we can.
So which one is comfortable? Which one do you choose?
I choose trace logs. We can like I service I tracing service dot trace. We enter the trace logs, right? We can you choose. I feel comfortable with the trace
Let's say,
logs.
yeah, let's say my plugin is working fine in the development environment, but in the
Mhm.
production it is failing. So how can you troubleshoot the issue?
Okay, in the production it is failing.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a security rules due to the security rules. It may fail.
How many environments are there in your project, by the way?
Dev environment, SIT environment. There are four, we can say four environments. Dev environment, SIT sandbox, and UAT environment, user acceptance testing, and dev production environment. In some projects we have pre-prod as well. In some large project, large company, the product projects.
So how do you transfer changes from one environment to other environment?
Yeah, we can transfer from solution through solutions. We actually we have a two types of we actually solution is a package. It's a container which stores all the customizations like workflows where what are the customization we add it will add in the solution. In the solution, you can transfer the solution from one environment to another environment. So we have two types of solution as well. It is unmanaged and managed solution. We actually transfer the in dev we use unmanaged solution. Rest of the environments we transfer the managed solution.
Hmm. So usually how you maintain in your project? What type of solution do you use?
We use actually for development for developer we will use unmanaged solution. If you want to transfer to the lower environment to higher environment, we transfer it into export and import and transfer into managed solution. We export manage and transfer into the higher environment.
Okay. Do you have experience with the security roles, security model of the CRM?
Yeah. I have experience.
So what is the security model in the CRM?
Actually, security model is like we have four types of security roles we can assign. That is role-based security, record-based security, field-level security, and also like manager security, like hierarchy security and positional security. with these things we can manage. These are the security models we can use in the
Hmm.
like in yeah.
So what kind of privileges and privileges levels we have in the CRM?
Yeah, we have 8 privileges in the security model. Like the privilege, the there are create, write, read, and delete, also append to share, assign. These are the security privileges we have. And access levels we have non-user, business unit, organization, and parent and child business unit.
Okay. So access levels, what is the importance of each one of them?
Yeah, access levels we have user. Suppose if you give security role, if you give privilege as read, he's or her creating records only he can accessible by the user. For the organization across the system, the user can he can read the across the system. Like by I'm telling with the privilege of read, and like or else we say the record can be accessible user or created by user his user. Those records can be accessible for business unit in the branch level, like the security roles can uh, he can give record accessible to the branch level for his branch level for only, and parental child we can give for the branch level, and the child records also we can give accessible to the security. We can give access.
So do you face any challenges while you are working with the security?
Security, yeah, actually, yeah, I face challenges. Sometimes, what kind of security we need to provide for the entity, I feel little confused. So those are the challenges I face.
Hmm.
Access level.
Okay. Is there any challenge or issues do you face with the security role?
Actually, there is a in the entity level we have to give uh, organization. Yeah, if we want, if we user access across the system, we need to give organization. Sorry. In place of that, we have given parent and child. There is a like we can segregate in basis in there is a uh, central branch, and there is a in the central branch there is a home branch. In the home branch there is a sub branches. In this way we have the business unit. There I feel little tough. What kind of access levels we should give?
Hmm.
I feel little tough.
Okay. So you have worked on the Power Portals as well, right?
Yes, but
Uh,
basics of problems. Yeah.
Power Portals. How you manage the security in the Power Portals?
We can manage with the web roles. By this Power Portals, we can manage. When the power management, we have Power Pages. We have web roles. Web roles, we have to give the table permissions for
Hmm.
that web roles. In that, we have access types called
Hmm.
access type called global, parent, uh, contact, and delete. These are the access level we have. Based on that, we can give the security.
Can you just
We can provide.
explain about the relationship types and behaviors in CRM?
Yeah, there is a three types of relationships. One is one to n, n to one, and n to n. One to n means one to many. N to one is many to one. N to n is many to many. And also relation types are parental, referential, restricted, configurable, cascading. These are the and the actions we have like assign, share, unshare, reparent, merge, delete. These are the actions we have. And also types we have configure, cascade all, cascade user one, cascade none, and also cascade active.
So let's say I have account and contact. So
Mhm.
I want to restrict the account record creation if there is any contacts exist, child records exist. So what type of relationship do you choose?
Yeah, yeah. Come again. I actually didn't listen.
So I do have account and contact entity with parent and
Okay.
child relationship.
Okay.
So account records, I want to restrict from the deletion if there is
Okay.
any child records exist.
Yeah. In the delay, we can use referential restrict delete. In the delete, we can give restrict. We can
Mm-hmm.
if you give restrict, it will stop deleting the parent entity. Unless
Okay.
until if you delete the child entities, it will stop.
So what is the role of field in CRM?
Our role of field actually it actually uses for the aggregate functions, and it can created in the child it will be created on the child, but it actually executed on the child and created on the parent. It is actually it has there is a frequency of the role of field. In the role of field, like full frequency, we have full sync and delta sync. In full sync, we have it will take 12 hours to refresh the data. For delta syncs, every 2 hours it will refresh the data. And some of the data types it will not work. Will the working data types I can tell in the for the roll up is currency, date and time, and decimal and whole number.
Okay.
Other than this, we cannot use any data types.
So I do have a requirement. So I have the 10 users in the system and I have one workflow. Okay. The workflow is what it will do. It will send email on account record creation, email to the
Yes,
account. That is my
yes.
workflow. But I do have 10 users. So I
Mm.
want to execute this workflow only for one user, whatever the records he is creating. I wanted to make it work only for one user. I don't want to execute for all the users. This is my requirement. How can you achieve?
Only one user we wanted to like execute, right? Workflow should execute for only for one user.
Yeah,
In that case, we can change the into the real time and execute. There is a execute as we can pass user as
that
security.
is impersonation, right? But the thing is, you understand the question. I have the 10 users, 10 users logged into their account, their own accounts, and 10 users created 10 accounts. But out of 10 users, I wanted to send I wanted to send email to only one person, the specific person. Whatever the specific person is created, I want to execute my workflow only to the specific person, not for all. Is my question clear?
Can you repeat once, Ashok?
So the question
Actually,
is,
I'm confused.
the
Yeah,
question is, so I have one workflow. Workflow, what it will do, it will send email to the
send the email to the
newly
newly.
created account.
Yes,
Okay. So, but this workflow, I wanted to make it work only for the one user. Let's say in the system we can have n number of users, right?
yes, yes,
Everyone can create the account records, but I don't want to
yes.
execute for all the account records. I want to execute
Okay,
only for one account, one
for
user.
one account of one user.
Not one user, whatever accounts he created. He can create n number of accounts.
Okay. The,
What is the importance of the scope in the workflow?
okay, sorry, sir.
Do you know
The
scope
scope
in
we
the
can
work?
do. Yeah, yeah, we can do the scope. Yeah,
Mm,
we can give user as a scope. Yeah.
then how you can set that user, particular user?
Uh, like in the we have a user. There is a scope. We use user as a scope. Then uh, the workflow will trigger only for that particular person.
That
The
particular
particular
person, I
who
want, yeah, how can you configure that particular person?
okay, okay,
These are business users, right? If I have the
yeah, yeah.
10 business users, I want to execute only for one business user. How can you configure? How can you provide instructions to workflow? Execute only for specific user. What is the purpose of scope, first of all? Can you just explain?
Yeah, the purpose of scope is it's same like like user. If you take user, is created account is created records only the workflow will be triggered. The workflow record will trigger
Created created by who?
created by user. The particular user.
The particular user who? From where it will take?
It will take from the logged in user. Who are logged in user
It will take
created
from
user.
the owner of the workflow. That is how
The owner
your
of
answer should be. Yeah.
yeah, your owner of the workflow.
So you have to set owner of the workflow as the particular person to whom do you want to execute.
Okay,
So what
owner
is
of the
the,
workflow.
yeah, like I have a requirement. I do have one of the field discount field. I
Mhm.
wanted to make it editable only for manager. How can we achieve?
Yeah, it can be achieved by field level security. We have to enable the if a particular field like discount field, right? We need to
Hmm.
enable the field level security, and it by default it will be in, disabled. We need to enable, and you have to in the solution itself. Uh, there will be a one like a field level
Managers can
field.
be n number of managers, right? Not only the single person. So I wanted to go
Yes,
by security role. If the current logged in user having the manager security role, I want to make it editable. How can we do?
we can use teams.
Sorry?
We can use the man. We can add the team for
Uh,
that all managers. We can add the team and we can use that field level profile. We can go to the permission. We
no, what
give
I'm
the
saying, I don't want field security profile. Is there any alternate approach?
okay any alternate approach.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Only discount field it has to field level security we can provide and also like I have no idea.
Okay, fine. So you have worked for Automate Flow, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I have worked on.
How can we manage the exceptions in Power Automate Flow?
Yeah, we can manage by adding two scope controls. One is
Mm-hmm.
for type block and another one is for catch block. We have to configure the catch block that by in which case it has to come into the scope catch block. We need to configure by if failing. Uh, Once tie block fails, then it will come to the catch block.
Hmm. Okay.
With the use of scope control, we can use. We can
So
do
what are all
this.
the connectors have used for Automate Flow?
Yeah, I used the Dataverse connector and
Mm-hmm.
also yeah, I use Dataverse connectors and also like I use a HTTP request received that kind of connector as well for instance. And also I use mostly for the to get the CRM data. I used a Dataverse connector only,
How many
not any
types
other
of Power
kind.
Automate Flows we have?
We have three types of Power Automate flows. One is automated instant schedule.
What is the purpose of each one of them?
For automated, based upon the event or activity, it will automate the process. And for instant on demand basis, it will work the on the demand basis.
Mm-hmm.
And also like for schedule and the particular time, it has to run on the particular time of the Power Automate. We use schedule Power Automate,
So let's say,
schedule flow.
yeah, okay. So I have a multiple components on the single event. like JavaScript, business rules, and workflow, and plugin, and also the Power Automate flow. So what will be
Okay.
the execution order? Which one will execute first? Can you just give me the execution order?
Yeah. First, it will execute JavaScript because it's a client-side validation.
Mm,
Actually, in the client-side is CRM UI, right? It's a client-side validation.
okay,
First, it JavaScript will execute, and second one is business rule will execute,
okay. Third
and
one?
third one is server-side plugin workflow will execute, and then plugin will execute, and last Power Automate it will execute. Power Automate is slower when compared to plugins
What is
because
the,
we have,
yeah, what is the limitations we have in the Power Automate flow? Compare with workflows.
yeah, there is a limitation. We cannot provide exception in the Power Automate flow,
Exception
and
means
also we cannot provide validation message
validation
to the
message.
CRM. Yeah, exceptions like validation message we cannot,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and the CRM to the CRM
No, I'm
cannot.
asking about the CRM workflows. Compare with CRM workflows.
Sorry.
So when you compare with the CRM workflows, do you know the CRM
Okay.
workflows, right? Classic
Yeah.
workflows.
Workflows. Yeah.
Uh,
System workflows.
mm. So what is the limitations we have?
There is limitation like we cannot use wait condition in the Power Automate flow.
For automate flow, we cannot add wait condition, is it?
Wait condition. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Mm-hmm. So what else are there?
And we cannot. It can only. It can execute only for the service account, but workflows can execute with scope user business unit and organization parent and child. That is
Hmm.
one thing. And also like Power Automate cannot work, right? In which way it cannot work? Power Automate is slower because it has to Power Automate cloud. It has to connect with the Power Automate flow. Uh, uh, Workflows is faster compared to Power Automate flow. It executes faster.
Hmm. Okay.
And one more thing, uh, we actually we cannot provide reminder mails as well.
Do you have any uh, limitations you have observed in the Power Automate flow when you are working? Or any challenges have you faced?
Ah, Power Automate cannot be synchronous. Asynchronous. Actually it is asynchronous flow, and page refresh is required. But workflow in the real time workflow, page refresh is not required. So this is the one of the limitation I can say.
Okay.
And
And okay.
in Power Automate flow, uh, there are major. It cannot work as asynchronous. We need to use the API. We need to use HTTP API request and calling API. Through API, we can make it as asynchronous by passing the URL to
Hmm.
the JavaScript. We can make it as asynchronous. It is actually by default it is asynchronous, but we can make it as synchronous by passing the API URL and make it as asynchronous.
So in the Power Up portal, I wanted to populate current logged in user into one of the lookup field, contact lookup field. So is it possible?
Current logged in user, one of
Current
the
log,
lookup field.
yeah.
We can add by additional settings. In the additional settings, there is a user or portal user, current portal user. We
Hmm.
can use there. We can give lookup.
Okay. So do you have any
We have,
integration knowledge?
yeah, actually, there is a some we can do integration. Integration means we transfer the data from one system to another system. We can do integration in four ways. Actually, by using Power Automate Flow, we can use, and also like a Web API, .NET Web API, also we can use, and also we can use Microsoft inbuilt API also, and also we can use SSIS package through external servers. We can do the integration by
Mm-hmm.
passing the barrier token. For that, we need to authenticate. We have to get the barrier token, and we need to pass, and it will get the integration. It will perform the integration.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine, Shaker. So you're almost good, 80 to 90%. So all the best for your job search.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you one question?